Hello, Greth, and welcome to How to Ruin Lives on Crossfire with the new Mortar Deluxe edition. Right, so I'm using 120 field of view. My resolution is 16 something, but that doesn't really matter that much. It's the highest, so, but that one may make the biggest changes. The field of view will be the most important thing. So I have always wanted to use these boxes here. We are now on Blood Eagle, and I will show you something. I've always wanted to line up things with these boxes, but the regular mortar had too short range. But there you go, we've got the high-end monster mortar now. Okay, so first thing is the old boring shoot at the stand from stupidly far away. Bottom of the crosshair, reticle, whatever you want to call it, general area there, doesn't really matter. And now we only use forward and jet. Okay, jump jet. To about 15, so 85. I don't want to see a 7 really on my energy bar. So here we go. Something along those lines. There we are, nice on the stand. If you use more than 70, you will hit the top end, of course, and you can also vary a little bit with energy and direction to cover the entire stand. Now, I'm going to do another thing, because of course shooting the stand is all fine and dandy when you're all home, but it could, well, you would say maybe not competitively viable. Fine, be that as it may. We are going to now use the second boxes here, lock myself in. We're now going to use this area to nicely line up. So I want where the black meets the grey, I want to be the one there about, and then we hit the top of the hill. Okay, then jump and shoot, and everything should be alright. And sometimes this thing bugs out, we will hit the base area. It's not perfectly, but it's to make your life easy. So you just shoot a couple of times, because it really is a bastard to hit, let me tell you. So we're not going to do for the full 1800, but oh well, you know. So jump, shoot, click, jump, shoot. I think that should be a dead turret. Boink. And oh, what is going on? Hey, you see, it's a very fiddly bastard, this one. Had to do a lot of work on it, because it is of course an elevated turret, so you really need to hit it dead on, you see. So there's the most minute differences that can be there. So if you really line it up, that should really be it. Because the thing is, at this range in practice mode, there you go, we've got it. And actually right on the dot. See, now that was 2800. See, so the most minute differences, pixels really make it difficult. But you can, in fact, spam from this area here, take down that turret and start the game. And of course in publics, if you have a level 4 turret, really ruining your day. Now another thing that might ruin your day is a sniper. Yes indeed. Again, we return to the wonderful boxes. You will learn to love these boxes. You really will. So in the middle here, right, and now we already see we are actually in sight of the sniper. Now we're going to do something a bit unorthodox, because it is of course stupidly far away, but you can hit it. So what we're going to do is just simply line up. We are on Blood Eagle there, because Diamond Sword is completely different. Right, line it up. Alright, there you go, over the pad. And now we're going to jet forward. So forward and jet, jump jet, until we have 20 energy left. So sorry if you don't have the entire Juggernaut unlocked, you'll need about 80 energy. Okay, so here we are. That sniper. That is of course on the left side. If you don't believe me, I'll do this again. Middle of the boxes. La-di-da, line it up. What the really fun thing about this is that it takes so long for the mortar to get there, you can actually write a little message for the sniper who's about to get obliterated. Also note that this is an enemy spawn point, so if you're lucky, you can really ruin people's day. So, now we move on, because we also have that right pad. Now that one is a bit more tricky because it's actually quite higher, well, quite further away from the diamond sword base. So we are actually going to go to this area here, because this is when you're already shelling the stand. I think that might even be, I mean, you can hit all the kind of things here. Oh yeah, that's actually going to overshoot it a bit. So that's how disgusting this mortar is. So you don't, yeah, doesn't really matter. We're not here for that. I might have a, no, so doesn't matter. Right, well, because we want to kill that sniper, right? And you're already on offense here, you might have retreated, whatever, you know, scenarios. This is a very favorite spot of all the snipers you can imagine. So what we're going to do is simply, this is the hill, okay, so look around. Okay, we have this little thing here. Now, this is, all the Blood Eagle ones are actually quite easy, except this one. We want this tree, want to line it up around here. We want to be in this area here somewhere. And now, the thing is, we need to jump up. So the thing is, you have to line this up, right? There you go, there. And then use the second from the bottom, I believe. So it's either this, I think. Yeah, it's this one, actually. And fire away. No, and that's gonna quite miss it. So it's a bit tricky, I will admit, even though I've done it a couple of thousand times already. So want to have the second one. So is it this one? I'm just gonna check. You want it to line it up with the hill, of course. It's quite fiddly, but once you get it down, there you go. So it is, of course, the second from the bottom, not the third. That was a big mistake, and I read my notes wrong. Yes, I did take notes for these. It's quite required. Boink, there we are, second from the bottom. You're quite safe from sniper fire, and that's gonna kill him. So, and that's from this location here. Right, all well and dandy. Now we move over to Diamond Sword, where you can do exactly the same thing. Right, so Diamond Sword then. We also have boxes. Yay, boxes! And we are going to use them for exact monstrous crimes as before. Around general, it's the same thing as Blood Eagle, really. Set around here somewhere, and then, but this one's really tricky. You really have to, like, don't go under 70 at all. You want like 85 as well, but this one's a bit more tricky than the Blood Eagle one. It's really easy to overdo it. So there we are. I think I already overshot it. It's quite hard to do. No, it's actually going to land perfectly. But I had to re-record this because I was hitting the upper end of it constantly. So don't worry if you do that. And yet again, it can actually be beneficial to you. Right, so then the turret is a bit tricky as well. We don't use the boxes for this anymore, sadly, because that was too hard to pull off. Again, the turret is elevated, so I hope it doesn't bug out this time, because sometimes in training mode, even if you do hit them, it won't register. Anyway, we're on this little stone here. We'll be using it some more later. So we are actually up here. You might want to like be at the very edge of this. You might get sniped or whatever, but don't worry. You're doing your job as disruption then, right? And yeah, so actually quite simple. You take the second from the bottom and you put it, so you really want to use O to turn on these things, otherwise you won't see the turret. And second one, and you place it in the middle of the square. And I think it's either with a jump or without a jump. I'm not sure anymore at this point. I'll just shoot once. Yeah, no. Perfectly on it. 2,800. So you don't even need to jump for this one, and you're actually going to kill this turret in 2 hits. There you go. So then, we do have some more business around this area here. We have the turret, the sniper pad, sorry. And the thing is, we do have this little palm tree being irritating. That's quite a bit of a problem. Now we will lock ourselves in here. And if you can't see the pad, now after a while you will notice it's actually just below the tree, but you can use the zoom levels to get a feel of where it is, and then just adjust, and it's right below there. So you want to line up with the pad to your lower end of your vertical or crosshair. Okay, and now we want to use about 65 energy, so not as much. So we want actually I want to use 35 energy, and I want to have 65 remaining if you have 100. Okay, so there, and just jump and jet forward, pressing the forward key. Okay, I think that might have been too much. Again, it's always a bit tricky with these. Yeah, so that was a bit too much. So 65 is really the maximum you want to have here. Again, this one might sometimes be tricky to lock yourself in. So again, bottom of the tree here. So again, zoom in to make sure you're around the right place. And then 65. Time to write a message. And there we have it, dead sniper. And then again, we will do the same thing. Right, so the diamond sword bright pads hit. There are quite a few difficulties with this one. Now, it's not as straightforward as you'd like, so I'm going to this hill here, which is marked by the 2 planks here. It is the final hill on the right side before you meet the base, before you can, well, the resting stop maybe, before you can start disrupting the base. Now the important thing to take out this sniper here is to keep in mind with the radio dish and the position of the flag. So I'm going to go down the hill a bit. So this is the surrounding we are in right now. So this is this hill. Okay, I'm going to go down and we'll see the radar dish and there the pad. Now what we want to do is, hopefully this sniper won't spot us because he's there. We want the flag to be near the edge of the hill here. And we also want the dish to be over there somewhere, and then line up that we can just see the pad. Now the sniper will also see us, but hopefully it won't be a problem for much longer. We're now going to take the third one. So this is where I mixed up my notes with the previous one. So we take the third stripe there of the crosshair and fire. And that's a dead sniper. So again, edge, flag on the edge of the hill, down, down, down until it's almost one with the hill. Take the second one, line it up, like it's shift on, fire away, and splat. Now there is a possibility as well of hitting this one, but I haven't quite made it out because, well, it could be useful to be on this hill and fire away with it, but it's not quite as straightforward, and it's probably going to expose you because you'll have to jump and jet a lot. So probably the defense might actually see you coming. See, it's possible to hit it from here because it actually went behind it, but there's no reference points here, so it's quite difficult to do. This one was already quite hard. But that's it. That is how to ruin people's day on Crossfire as a Juggernaut using the Deluxe. There's another couple of shots around here somewhere. I mean, taking out the sensor from the other end of the map is probably a possibility because it's so low. Or from here, but it's already quite a standard shot from over here, so I haven't really tried it. Oh, yeah, don't aim down the sights and fire with the mortar. So there you go, you can hit it from here. Not really that big of a problem. So anyway, yeah, I'll be running through the maps when I have time. So until next time, bye bye. And don't get banned because of me.